Harem End by Shintaro Kago. With a cover like this, how could I not buy it? Yes, I own this physically. Although the Italian edition has a different cover. That's disappointing. I'm surprised it got published in Italian at all, actually. Look at this fool. So, what's the premise of this thing? Our protagonist is Seita Ito, the most generic looking dude you can think of. During his first week in university, he's approached by 5 girls. Due to wacky circumstances, he is forced to share his apartment with them. And as you can expect, hilarious situations ensue. And obviously the title contains the word harem. And I'm sure you have seen a bunch of ecchi anime with harems in them. So you know where the story is going. Come on, we all know it. Oh. Never mind. Poor Seita then gets cut into pieces, reduced into mincemeat and flushed down the toilet. Say goodbye to Seita. Goodbye, Seita. So, what's going on here? Well, you see, there is this website called Harem End, where women who have been cheated on or abused can hire these 5 girls to approach the guy who did that to them and execute a brutal revenge. Does this count as a feminist manga? I don't know. Does it? Is getting flushed down a toilet an adequate punishment for cheating on a woman? You be the judge of that. Pretty weird start. So this is what the entire manga will be about, right? Oh no, you ain't seen nothing yet. Chapter 2. The protagonist of the second chapter is a voice actress, Aya Irahara. Her career was going great, she was getting a lot of main character roles. But then it took a turn for the worst, after a certain non-specified scandal. And now she doesn't get as many roles. Some of her past roles are shown, and this is definitely Haruhi and Konata. This is without a doubt referring to real-life voice actress and singer Aya Hirano, who received a lot of backlash when it came to light that she had a sexual relationship with 3 members of her backup band. It was a famous case in the otaku sphere. You can look into it yourself. But yeah, the protagonist of this chapter is the voice actress Aya Hirano. How about that? She wants to get back to her glory days and get a protagonist role in a new anime. And guess what? She gets exactly that. She gets the offer of voicing the main character in a Magical Girl series. The offer was sent to her without going through her agent, and she has never heard of this anime studio. Suspicious. But they are offering a lot of money, so she decides to take the job. She goes to the anime studio, and the entire thing is run by only 3 people. And things go from suspicious to worrying when she sees the scene she's dubbing and notices the weird animation style. It looks live action, but the frame rate is very choppy, as if it was a stop-motion animation. And she recognizes in the appearance of one of the characters a fellow voice actress that recently disappeared. She quickly finds out the truth. They have been kidnapping and killing famous voice actors, and making stop-motion anime using their corpses as puppets. And if this entire time you have been thinking, wait a second, that looks like Mami from Madoka Magica. Yes it does. The director of the anime is even called Akihiko Shimbo, a clear reference to the real director of Madoka, Akiyuki Shimbo. At least in the Italian translation I own. In this English fan translation it says Kamifusa, which I assume it's a mistake. because Akihiko sounds a lot more like Akiyuki, which is necessary for the reference to make sense. In any case, I expect an official translation to be more accurate than a fan translation. But, just to be sure, since there are other differences in the names of the characters between the two translations, I'll try to refer to them using their names only when necessary. Anyway, so basically in this universe, Studio Shaft made Madoka Magica using corpses of voice actors. Nice. What the fuck am I reading? She tries to run away, but she's captured and turned into a puppet herself, and they dress her up like Madoka. Also, I like how, in the last scene of this chapter, it shows two men from her agency trying to contact her after she has gone missing, and they look like Satoshi Kon and Hayao Miyazaki. Everyone is here. But how does this connect to the first chapter of this manga? Good question. In the third chapter, we find out that the next target of Harem End is one of the three men working in this universe Studio Shaft. Let's call him Afro Guy. We also learn more about this group. This one is the leader. She usually approaches the targets by playing a little sister type of character, but she is actually much older than she appears to be. The blonde one is Nagisa. She's a new girl who was convinced to join the group by the others after she had been abused by a man herself. The other three I'll just refer to as Glasses-chan, Eye-Patch-chan, and Psycho-chan, because she carries around a book of torture methods, and she wants to try them all. What a lovely person. We get to see how they carry out the elimination of their targets. First, they learn about his past, his personality, and his daily routine. Then they infiltrate into his life by playing different roles. For example, Glasses-chan moves into the empty apartment next to his, and gaslights him into thinking that she's an old childhood friend. After they have all established a connection with the target, they create a situation in which they are all in his house at the same time. Then it is time to strike. Nagisa gets instructed to prepare tea for everyone and to put paralyzing poison in the tea for the guy. But since she's still new to this, she gets really nervous and puts it in the wrong tea, so Glasses-chan gets paralyzed instead. The dude freaks out, so they jump him with a stun gun. They restrain him and have Nagisa kill him, to prove that she didn't poison the wrong tea on purpose and that she's still on their side. She's very hesitant because it's her first time killing a target herself, but in the end she does it. Rip Bozo. I don't know if getting killed and cut into pieces is the appropriate punishment for cheating on someone. But this guy, he probably deserves it, considering he's involved in the kidnapping voice actors and turning them into puppets. Speaking of, Chapter 4 starts with a tutorial on how to make anime using corpses. So now you can go and make your own. Please don't. There are actually many pages dedicated to explaining how this animation technique would even work realistically. And on one end, it's cool that the author put so much thought into how this would even work from a practical point of view. On the other is like, why do we need this? Do you actually want us to do it or something? What am I supposed to do with this information? Anyway, the other two guys in the studio, the director and the beanie guy, called the contractor to investigate why Afro Guy hasn't shown up to work. I'm not sure what's the deal with this guy. He is very creepy. I guess you have to be to work with these people. They go to Afro Guy's house, and the contractor apparently has some serious detective skills. He looks around and understands that a murder took place there. And so he takes the PC to look at the emails for clues. And he finds out where Afro's ex-girlfriend lives. The one who hired Harem End to kill him. He goes there and finds a DVD that Harem End sent as proof of the target's elimination. Which is honestly kind of dumb, because if you are killing people, you probably wouldn't want to leave video evidence of that, but whatever. Now that they know who killed Afro Guy, they have a woman act as bait. She sends a request to Harem End to kill some random guy. And when the five start their usual investigations on the new target and get in contact with the woman who placed the order, Glasses Chen is followed by the contractor and gets ambushed in her own apartment. RIP Glasses Chen. This is some psycho murderer on psycho murderer violence right here. This contractor guy leaves a coconut crab on the crime scene of each murder he commits. And that seems extremely random at first. But I really like how in this Italian edition they added an explanation for that. Apparently in the Japanese anime industry, the coconut crab, or yashigani in Japanese, became synonym with low quality animation. Because in 1998, the fourth episode of an anime called Lost Universe had such bad animation quality in its TV airing that it had to be redrawn for the DVD release. And that episode contained the word coconut crab in the title. A little piece of trivia I didn't know about before making this video. As for why this contractor dude leaves coconut crabs after a murder, is because he likes to damage people's faces, making them look like badly drawn anime characters. After that, the four remaining members of Harem End receive a DVD with an anime episode made with the corpse of their friend, and in the end credits it says that they will be next. Also we get a glimpse into the backstory of the director, and I like how it's explained that he became an insane person that kills innocent people simply by working in the Japanese anime industry and being overworked and having a low pay. Basically just working in the anime industry made him want to kill people. Is this a very on-the-nose critique of Japanese work culture? Probably? That same night, another one of them gets abducted. This time it's Eye Patch Chan. Once again, a coconut crab is left at the crime scene. 10 days later, they once again receive a DVD with an anime episode made with her corpse. They are down 2 members, and it's clear they will all die if they don't do anything. So they decide to strike back. They say the best defense is a good offense, after all. So they find out where this quote-unquote anime studio is. And Nagisa and Psycho-chan breach with pistols and night goggles. Damn, they are well equipped for this.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
Inside, they find a hidden trapdoor that leads to the secret sets, where they film their anime. Hey look, it's Haruhi. There's also Steins Gate, K-On! These guys have made all kinds of anime using dead bodies. I guess they are not just this universe equivalent of Studio Shaft. In this universe, all the most popular anime have been made by them. Nagisa and Psycho-chan split up and look around the studio. What a smart decision. Suddenly Psycho-chan gets ambushed by the contractor, who uses his ultimate move, the punch of gender equality. Damn, I didn't know he had mastered that move. But he gets injected with the paralyzing poison Harem End has been using on their targets. He then gets killed by having his skull drilled and having some kind of poison injected into the hole. There is a reason I nicknamed this character Psycho-chan. When Nagisa hears the noise from their fight, she arrives to her friend, and she finds out that she has been killed by the beanie guy. She gathers all of her courage and hits him with a jar full of blade cutters of all things. It was actually shown before in the manga. She's about to finish him off when she's grabbed by the leader of Harem End from behind, and Beanie Guy stabs her. Turns out her boss is working with the anime studio, and her motive is she doesn't want Harem End to be taken off the air. What does she mean? Wait and see. Nagisa isn't giving up just yet. She strikes back with a handful of cutter blades and kills leader with box cutters, and swiftly turns around and cuts the dude into pieces with a chainsaw. Where the hell did she even get that? She didn't have it before. She then turns to the reader, and in full tsundere mode she says, "It's not like I killed them just because I wanted to, baka." But it is revealed that the scene we just saw was actually an anime episode, made using their corpses by the director. What, when, where, how, whomst? Was the entire manga just that? An anime episode made with corpses by this dude? Or maybe it was just the final fight scene? Is this what the leader of Harem End was referring to when she said that they would be taken off the air? And then the manga ends with the voice actress of Nagisa also being turned into a puppet and starring into a beach episode. What the fuck? I have so many questions. Is Shintaro Kago actually M. Night? I guess we'll never know. So I guess that's that. After the ending, there are a few bonus short stories which have nothing to do with the main plot. They are completely unrelated, but are just as insane. For example, there's a short story where erasers are illegal. Yes, you heard it right. Erasers. Which is pretty funny. People are inspected before entering school to make sure they are not carrying erasers. There's this scene of a police officer bursting through a window to arrest a girl using an eraser. There's this sketchy old man selling erasers as if they were drugs. And this girl gets addicted to erasing, so she starts selling her body to buy erasers. It's so dumb and kind of funny. I kid you not, there is another short story about a woman building a camera using another woman's vagina. You are probably wondering, how in the fuck? Well, you will have to read it for yourself to find out. I'm out. Thank you for watching, everyone.